AI storytime channels are blowing up right now. You've probably seen creators like The Odd Ones Out and Chains FR inspire a format that's now being recreated by AI channels getting millions of views, like Nick Invest. But instead of copying the AI versions, I went back to the original creators to study what made their storytelling so engaging, and rebuilt that formula using AI. Check this out.
New rule: never trust a man named Greg with scissors. I've got a date, Friday, and my hair's full abandoned scarecrow. So I walk into the cheapest barbershop around and meet Greg. Greg's enormous. He says 4 terrifying words. I'm feeling creative today. Smart people leave. I sit down anyway. Greg's already in a trance. Clippers on, he turns my chair away from the mirror. Trust the process. Enough hair hits the floor to build a second Greg. How's it looking? It's speaking to me. Now I feel a breeze where no breeze has ever gone. Greg just hums. He spins me toward the mirror like he's revealing a sports car. Bangs on one side, buzzed bald on the other. I look like a coin standing on its edge. Greg beams, pats my shoulder. No charge. Art should be free. I wore a hat on my date. She showed up with the exact same haircut. 2 years later, we invited Greg to the wedding. He brought scissors.
Everything you just saw was created inside Claude Code with the Higgsfield MCP, which lets Claude generate images and animations directly. I'll walk you through the entire workflow. If you want to follow along, you'll find the link to Higgsfield in the description. The prompt pack is there too, with every prompt I used throughout this video. Let's get into it. The first thing I did was stop watching the AI copycats and go back to the source. I pulled up a few The Odd Ones Out and Chains FR videos and looked at what they were doing under the hood. Not the art style or the jokes, but the actual story structure. What I noticed was simple, but it's exactly why it works. So I opened Claude Code and pasted in a prompt that basically said, study these storytime videos of The Odd Ones Out and Chains FR and pull out the storytelling blueprint, but don't copy the jokes or the art style. I wanted it to break down the hook, the escalation, and the payoff into something I could actually use. The result was a clean story structure I could build from instead of another AI imitation. I also used that structure to understand the rhythm. The best storytime videos don't dump information on you. They pull you in with a quick hook, build tension in small steps, and give the ending just enough room for the punchline to land. That became the blueprint for the entire video. Not the visuals or the style, just the storytelling framework. And once I had that, I could start writing my own script. Once I had the structure, I went straight into the story. In the same chat, I dropped in a prompt telling it to use that hook escalation payoff format, keep it first person, make it funny and relatable, and write a story that would work as a storytime animation. The result was this haircut story about Milo and Greg, where everything starts normal, gets more and more ridiculous, and ends with the punchline that it looks like 2 completely different haircuts met in the middle. I also told it not to write like a chatbot or overcomplicate anything. I wanted one main character, one simple situation, and enough escalation so the visuals would be easy to animate later. At this point, I had the script foundation. The structure was locked, the story was written, and I could move on to building the character around it. Once the story was locked, I moved straight into creating the main character. First, I went to Higgsfield, clicked the MCP option, and copied the Higgsfield link. Then I went back to Claude, clicked Settings, then Connectors, and selected Customize. After that, I clicked Add Custom Connector, pasted the Higgsfield link, named it Higgsfield, and clicked Add. Once it was connected, I gave Claude Code a prompt that basically said I needed one memorable character who would appear in every video, be simple enough to animate in 2D, and stay consistent from every angle. I also told it to generate a complete character sheet, a master appearance prompt that I could reuse, a negative prompt to prevent the design from drifting, and front, side, and 3/4 views, so I had a proper reference set. And the result was exactly what I needed. It gave me a character that felt recognizable right away, with a clear hairstyle, clothing, expression style, and personality that matched the storytime tone. That was the important part, because if the character changes too much from scene to scene, the whole channel starts looking messy and fake. From that point on, Milo was locked in, and I had the same face and the same look to build the entire video around. That step mattered a lot, because this is what makes the channel feel like one real world instead of a bunch of random AI images. Once I had the character, the rest of the workflow could finally stay consistent. Once I had the story and the character locked, I moved into the part that actually made this workflow different. Instead of sitting there and writing a prompt for every single scene one by one, I let Claude Code read the whole script and turn it into a full scene breakdown for me. That was the whole point. point. I didn't want to manually prompt every image and motion beat like most tutorials do, so I gave it a prompt that basically said, take this finished story and break it into scenes. Then for each scene, give me the description, the narration line, the image prompt, the motion prompt, and any background or prop details needed. I wanted it to do the heavy lifting so I could stay focused on reviewing and refining instead of building every piece by hand. And the result was exactly that, a full scene plan that was already structured and ready to generate. Then I asked it to generate the images right inside Claude Code. Since Higgsfield was already connected through MCP, I wasn't hopping between tools or manually uploading things everywhere. I was just telling Claude Code to run the scene prompts through the connection and generate the images for me. That's what made the workflow feel clean, because the prompting, generation, and review were all happening in one place. And within a few minutes, the images were generated. All the images were great, but 3 of them had issues, so I didn't start over. I just used the correction prompt on exactly what needed fixing. The eye issues in 2 scenes, and the outfit issue in the 3rd. It corrected those 3 directly, which was way faster than trying to regenerate everything from scratch. This is why Claude Code is useful, not just to write, but to help me direct the entire video in one flow, from scene breakdown to image generation to corrections, so the next step could be actual animation instead of endless prompt writing. Once I had the scene breakdown locked, I moved into actually building the video. I took the generated scenes that kept the same character consistency and ran everything through the connected generation workflow, so I wasn't starting from scratch on every shot. That was the key thing for me, because I wanted the animation to feel like one connected story instead of a bunch of separate outputs stitched together. The prompt for this step was basically telling it to take the finished scene plan and generate all the 2D scenes with the same character, the same look, and motion that would actually hold up. I also told it to keep the movement subtle, because fast motion is usually where AI animation starts warping and looking fake. So instead of crazy action, I went for small, natural movement, just enough to make it feel alive. The results were genuinely strong, and the whole thing already felt close to what I wanted. But after the first generation, I noticed a few small issues, so I didn't start over. I just used the correction prompt I'd already prepared and told it exactly what needed fixing. That way, I could clean up the weak spots without rebuilding the whole project. And after that, the video finally started feeling like a real storytime animation instead of just a batch of generated scenes. Once all the video was generated, I moved on to the voiceover. I used this prompt to make the narration fit the story and the pacing I wanted. So I wasn't just recording random lines over the animation. I wanted the voice to feel like it belonged to the video. So I chose a voice called Leo and hit generate.
New rule: never trust a man named Greg with scissors.
The result was great and fit the animation perfectly. After the voiceover was ready, I downloaded all the video clips and audio, then brought everything into CapCut. I arranged the clips, synced them with the narration, and adjusted the timing so each scene matched the voiceover. Then I did the final edit, tightening the pacing and making sure the whole video flowed smoothly from start to finish. And that was it.
New rule: never trust a man named Greg with scissors. I've got a date, Friday, and my hair's full abandoned scarecrow. So I walk into the cheapest barbershop around and meet Greg. Greg's enormous. He says 4 terrifying words. I'm feeling creative today. Smart people leave. I sit down anyway. Greg's already in a trance. Clippers on, he turns my chair away from the mirror. Trust the process. Enough hair hits the floor to build a second Greg. How's it looking? It's speaking to me. Now I feel a breeze where no breeze has ever gone. Greg just hums. He spins me toward the mirror like he's revealing a sports car. Bangs on one side, buzzed bald on the other. I look like a coin standing on its edge. Greg beams, pats my shoulder. No charge. Art should be free. I wore a hat on my date. She showed up with the exact same haircut. 2 years later, we invited Greg to the wedding. He brought scissors.
The generated scenes and voiceover came together as a finished storytime animation. Once everything was edited, I looked back at the full workflow. It started with the story structure, then the script, character, scenes, voiceover, and finally the edit. Building it step by step made the final video feel like a complete story, instead of a collection of AI-generated clips. In terms of cost, this isn't a free workflow. We used 5-second 720p generations, which cost 22.5 credits per clip, so the total depends on how many scenes you generate and any revisions you make. Even so, it's still much faster and more affordable than creating every frame by hand. That's the entire process, from studying the original storytelling format to producing a finished AI storytime animation. And that's the full workflow. I started with the story, locked the character, generated the scenes, fixed the mistakes, added the voiceover, and put everything together in CapCut. It was one connected process from start to finish. You'll find both the Higgsfield link and the free prompt pack in the description if you want to try this exact workflow yourself. See you in the next one.